Onivia, League of Legends highlights.
Welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, we are going to looking at the best highlights from the today's LPL 2024 Spring Split matchup. Let's see what both teams have prepared for us today.
Slugfest up there, but it really has just been the story of RNG having prio in lanes when it matters. There we go.
Got a different story.
It looks like Breathe overstayed his bounds here and forgot he's up against the Jax. Luckily, Way is here to help him out. The flash comes through, wind does become lightning, and YSKM gets taken out for first blood.
YSKM, he thought he's hovering over for now.
I think they know something is up. Way is going to come around the corner here. On almost takes that poke there. Crying going to reveal the plan. Genzen, there's the engage with the shockwave from Wei and Tong Yuan. The dragon goes down. Pop Blossom not going to connect onto anybody. Tong Yuan's looking for an angle on the Cryin, but it's immediately turned back around on. And it's LWX and Co trying to take down ING, and they do. I can't believe it has turned out this way. It's a 2-for-1. So
RNG are now on the back foot, having to make maybe decisions they otherwise wouldn't want to because IG have this stack building up.
How? Okay, well, YSKM is about to punish Breathe. He's still a new deer. Got to be a little bit careful. I was just going to ask, how did we get to 4 plates taken top? There's the combo, and the Wombo follows. Tong Yuan gets the kill at mid lane. He just starts in front of Dragon.
And now 2 ults already backed up for RNG. Equal.
The uprights. On gets devoured there, though. Nicely saved by Wink. Good combo from a long-standing duo of IG. We'll see Cryin now on the edge, gets shockwaved. Ming coming over too. Cryine's going for the big Pop Blossom. He connects onto Tong Yuan. Tong Yuan gets sniped, but he gets the damage right back. And it's a trade, 1-for-1 so far. Wei's now locked down. Dragon going over to Tianzhen though. And it's actually secured as now the fight continuing. The big cease and desist over the wall, but Wei is health stealing his way to victory here. My God, he's still alive as LWX kicks in the doorstep. IG, the multi-target ability of the Sundered Sky, being able to hit multiple members and get that healing back. It's absolutely nutty. And now we see the Rift Herald already going down, but it's Ming who might have paid the price, but it's just the bait. As IG now having to run away. That'll be the true shot barrage. LWX playing real aggressive there because Tong Yuan is coming on the back. Misses the shockwave, and this is the turnaround from IG, but Tianjin is no longer there to say anything. TP has come in. They got the Pop Blossom combo, and they are going to take down Wei. That's a nice little shutdown going through. They got to be real careful, though. Tong Yuan's on the flank. Breathe is now coming up, and On is a sitting duck here as he's just going to get exploded. The rest of the fight, though, LWX finds himself in no man's land somehow. Breathe has helped clean down On, and he's now running down YSKM and Crying. It's just like your favorite horror movie, although IG might not be liking that one too much. They will be able to leap strike their way away, and RNG won't find it. They might be on the back end of an overextension, though. Tianjin has made it back from the dead, and it's not the living dead. It's Tianjin from IG. I don't think the Breathe is going to do too much back here, as he does need to be a little bit careful of the turnaround. Looks like he was just waiting for Tong Yuan, and we're just still going, Lyric.
Yeah, they're just keep going forward. You said it. Breathe doesn't look like he's going to do much here. Breathe thinks he's going to do a lot, but now with all members of IG.
Breathe is the one that dies out of all of this, out of all this craziness. He's the one.
In, or if they'll just try to keep Tianjin in that brush around bot and set up for a potential pick. We see Cryin taking a turret in top, so nice trade.
Shockwave available. Ming is here too. Tianjin decided to stop his back for like the 3rd time. He actually commits to it because Ming is hovering. Meanwhile, topside, Cryin might just die here. That is an Udyr, and you gotta fear the deer when you're up against Breathe. RNG's top laner comes up with another solo bolo.
Finds one. The action's not stopping as Wei goes in.
YSKM does some work here. Wei is way overextended. He's under tower too. He's not taking the tower though. Tong Yuan's doing that one. Nice little flash from On with the lockdown. Will secure Wei. Wings trying to find an angle there. Does get the tongue lash onto Ming. Ming's trying to speed up, but the Dawning Shadow signals the engage. One more, and YSKM comes over the top for a double kill.
So now we're going to see some kills finally down once again.
Trying to look for the ulti there. Didn't find what he was looking for. We do have those second items completed for mid laners. I think they're going to be super important here. Speaking of, though, we got the engage with the shockwave there, and Wink's already gone off the board here for IG.
Wink steps too far forward, gets punished.
Breathe. About this item before, but I think it's interesting that you're gonna, I guess the conversation is always, do you just go more damage or do you try to go more sustain here? And it seems like the idea for Brian, find that team-wide sustain. And RNG, Ming pays the price just like Wink did. Wei's going to try to go right back in. He's in some trouble now, though. Does get locked down, but guess who's here? It's the Deer. And Crying goes for the big pop blossom. Gets onto 2 members here with the Tangle Barb on top of it. Donning Shadow, too. They got the engage from YSKM, and 2 more are gone from RNG. IG starting to fight back with this team-based comp.
Even seeing a bit of difference.
We do see them burning it down pretty heavily. Breathe can just run in there and do some work as the damage from Tong Yuen's not going to register just yet. He's going to try to get an angle over here. The Baron going so low, and it will be secured by Tianzhen. Meanwhile, Breathe just caught on the back end of it, trying to get some damage on a YSKM. Won't find it and goes down anyways.
Now IG having the Baron should be able to
with RNG, where they once were over 4,000 gold in the deficit, and their composition is strong as a whole when we're getting forced around objectives. And meanwhile, there's no objective yet, but the Enchanted Crystal Air is going out. Breathe is on top of Wink and Crying, but Crying does get devoured there and is safe as sound.
So neither side is going to lose anyone here. IG just trying to suffocate RNG out.
That was bold. he saw Breathe on the Udyr. He's like, I can fight this guy. He does take a brunt of damage, though, and now needs to be a lot more careful with his positioning. He does have a lot of CC, a lot of sustain, but it's not going to be enough. He's got the Vault Breaker, and it's a flash from Wei to secure the kill with that Crescent Guard.
I also love how even now we're seeing nice breaking points for this Nico. A ton of burst. Even if it is nerfed to try to take down people like LWX or Tong Yuen, have maintained control. So you can see what RNG are doing now, right? Grouping up as a 5-man unit, saying, hey, we are going to get tested on size and try and fight for some of this.
Yeah, I mean, this is soul for IG as well. The Enchanted Crusader connects this time on the Wink again. They do just try to burn down the Catfish, but he's a tank for a reason. Cease and desist on a backline. Here comes YSKM. That combo you were talking about. YSKM finds LWF, and a big shockwave. Is it going to be the difference maker? It is not. As IG, they fight back tooth and nail, and they beat down RNG.
And it was IG with the combo this time. Tianzhen jumping in with YSKM. Oran's ultimate on top of all of it. Now we'll see how much damage they're able to do. They have 30 seconds on the clock.
They are going to look at this tier 2 tower, and it was the combo from hell. This team is actually working in sync with each other now. And it feels like it's a turning of the tide in this game. As the mid inhib goes out, they should be turning back onto this dragon because it'll be a Hex Soul for IG.
Pull this one back, even a Wit's End now. Being brought out for YSKM. Really putting a lot of emphasis on the damage at Tong Yuen. Or hell, even the slight damage that, if there are some, right, center point of the map can easily pivot into any objective that comes through. Now they're really going to be hoping to find a pick. We've seen the last 2 times. Okay, Arrow.
Crying blocks it with the clone. Tianzhen's now looking for backline access. YSKM starting to do some work on Bree. Tianzhen misses the Vault Breaker as Wei is in the backline now. Tianzhen's getting locked down. He tries to go in. True Shot Barrage across, but YSKM has cleared it. It's a 1-for-1. Both junglers down. Breathe is finding himself in the midst of everything, and he is still the tank to be feared. Crying, able to use a little bit of damage and the Tangle Barb there as the LWX still chunking down Wing pretty heavily here. It's looking like a standoff in mid lane, 1-for-1.
But now we see the pivots down towards bot, trying to get this vision out. We still have ults up for everybody. So there's still a lot of opportunity for a really big combo to come through.
Oh my god. On can tank it though. He can sustain because he is this Senna. They're gonna go in. They caught Breathe. They're gonna be able to do some damage here though. Looking over the wall, YSKM and the pop blossom from Crying. That separates the entire fight. You gotta pick them apart though. Tianzhen is way overextended, but the rest of IG are following it. Meanwhile, Crying gets one shot by Tong Yuen, but it's IG running down Breathe and running down RNG. They're coming down the mid.
They don't even be able to bluff about wanting to take a fight. Mazel will all know. IG will know. They ain't taking no damage. Has already been done. The key damage dealer is taken out from RNG side. And as Tong Yuen, right, once your combos kind of blow.
Our second game in a row, Elder Dragon has made its appearance in here. And we're getting a little bit of a late game scuffle as the final push in bot side just destroying the turret and the inhib easily. One little engage from IG away from finishing. Wei just gets that engage delivered hot and fresh to his doorstep. Tong Yuen's the first one to bite the dust. And YSKM with a big leap strike, counter strike. And they're just trying to chase down the kills now. LWX will also fall. The Elder Dragon really getting its miles worth out of its wings. And the final Nexus Tower falls. IG have done it. They've tied us up 1-1.
And I'm glad. I'm glad for IG. I'm glad.